I'd like to know about Samsung fridge problems before I go out and buy one.
Samsung fridges do well when you get the 4-door French door bottom freezers. Those fridges had few problems except being average on noise level.
I consider having to bend over to get diet frozen meals and ice cream a problem.
Samsung makes 3-door French door bottom freezers. Those don't have major problems according to Consumer Reports, but they do have less capacity than some of their peers.
I'd rather get a side-by-side model so I don't have to lean over to pick up the heavy stuff.
Samsung's side-by-side fridges get lower marks on ease of use than its other fridge models.
How can a fridge be hard to use? Open door, put food in, close the door. So simply my 2-year-old can do it and the 12-year-old should be able to do it. What other issues should I look for?
Do not get one of the models that catch fire.
Fire and Ice is a George R.R. Martin fantasy novel, not something I have to worry about in the kitchen.
The fire could start due to a bad electrical connection, motors that overheat, and even fridge lights that get too hot.
Kenmore fridges were the ones that had the fridge lights get so hot it could melt and deform the plastic shell.
The Samsung RS21 and RS60 fridge models actually had a recall for catching fire back in 2010.
That type of problem is why I would not buy a Maytag back in 2009.
At least Samsung's fridges now have trays around the edges to contain messes when you spill anything other than a gallon of milk.
How are they on drainage?
The Samsung refrigerators do sometimes leak defrost melt into the fridge, seeping down into the crisper drawer.
If I want vegetable soup, it should not be because I found the salad greens floating in the crisper drawer. That stuff should go down into a drain somewhere.
The freezer defrost melt should go down into a drainage pan that then evaporates over time. But the freezer sensors sometimes don't work right and the defrost heater often malfunctions.
So I get a scene from the movie Frozen in the freezer until I chip ice off the sensor, at which point it goes into overdrive and recreates Noah's flood.
The more common issue is ice buildup and then more melt than the drain pan can handle, leading to water leaking on the floor or just so much that you get mold buildup down there.
The only thing that should smell moldy in there is the exotic cheeses we pick up for parties and leftovers the kids are turning into science fair projects.